welcome to this Q&A video where I take your questions and I answer them as best I can. So last week in the newsletter, if you were signed up to that, and if you're not signed up to that, you really should be signed up to that. There's a form on this page. I can wait. You signed up? Wonderful! Alright, I'll keep going. So in the newsletter, I asked people for their copywriting questions, anything that they were stuck with, and said that I would answer them, which I'm doing today. I won't get a chance to answer all of them. I'm going to do one in the video, one in the blog post below, and then next week, I think I'm going to do another video, and I will answer the one which got left out. Because it was a really good one, and I wanted to spend some time in it. But let's get to today's video, which is all about taglines. So Liz asked me, do I have a trick or a technique of coming up with a tagline? So I'm assuming that you mean a tagline for your business. So you'd have your business name, Acme Industries, and then some kind of tagline underneath telling people a little bit more about what it is that you do. So yes, I do have a few rules. In fact, I have a rule, the two-step rule, in terms of creating very simple but effective taglines, because I see too many people get caught up on creating this masterpiece of a tagline, and really it doesn't need to be that difficult. It doesn't need to be that flashy or amazing. It's just kind of got to get the job done in order for it to serve your business as best it possibly can. So what I would first say, the first thing to do when you're thinking about taglines is to recognize not so good taglines. Things which aren't very good, and you will probably start seeing them more and more as you're out and about, are taglines which don't really tell you anything. They don't tell you anything about the business. What it doesn't give you any inclination. Basically, if you took the name of the business away and just had the tagline, you wouldn't know what it was all about. So I'm thinking of things like moving you forward, unlocking your potential, the best in quality. They sound good, they sound positive, but they're pretty empty. They just don't mean anything. So you want to avoid those kind of empty, generic, vague phrases in your taglines, because your tagline is there to communicate to your audience as quickly as possible, are they in the right place for what it is that they want from you? Now, what I would say, while you're watching this video, don't look at my tagline. Don't stop looking at my tagline. Now that I've said that, look back at me. Because my tagline is in the process of rejuvenation. It says copywriting that counts. Now some might argue, well, counts for what? And you would be absolutely right. And the reason being is that I've got half of the thing there. People know it's copywriting. That's deliberate. But over the last sort of year or two, I've really been tailoring how my business is going to get a little bit more niche and a little bit more focused on the people that I serve. And this will all make sense when I tell you the 2 steps for creating your tagline. 2 very, very simple steps to take if you want a tagline which will work hard for you in your business is to simply say what you do, and 2, who you do it for. Sorry, I'm having to look because I can't see if that's actually in the screen. But so yes, you can do this 2 ways. You can either say what you do and who you do it for, or you can talk about what you do and what makes you different. So, and it might be the same thing. So for example, I jotted some ideas down. You might have web design for the music industry, or website builds for the music industry. If you build, a web design, web coding, that's a great combination of saying what it is that you do web design, and who you do it for the music industry. Nothing flashy, nothing spectacular, but if your target market comes onto your website and they see that tagline, they know they're in the right place. Now, you might have the way that you do something and it's a little bit different. So you might have wedding photography for goth weddings. Very specific target market, or it could be the way that you do something. Maybe you do something a bit different. So I don't know, like life coaching in the nude. No, be a bit weird. No, don't do that. No, not life coaching the news, scrap that. What about something like meditation through food? You know, if there's something that you offer is a little bit different, then put that in the tagline. But I wouldn't get much more complicated than that. And the reason being why my tagline has the slightly sort of vagueness about it towards the end, you know, copywriting that counts, is because over the last couple of years I've been pinning down my target market more and more. So expect to see that change this year. But the thing though, which I really want to get across is don't get too hung up on your tagline. Don't let it stop you, because I see so often people thinking, I don't have this great, magical, amazing, so clever tagline. I can't possibly get my business cards printed, or I can't get my website done or finished. And you can. Your tagline's not going to stop you doing that. It's not going to stop you finding clients. It's not going to stop you getting business. You know, and that is the priority. You know, that's the main thing that you want to do. So as long as it's not, you know, it doesn't have to be this weird magical thing, you know, I don't know, I've seen things like guiding your soul through the peaks and troughs of the world. It doesn't have to be like, in fact it shouldn't be like that. That's bizarre, and it doesn't tell people what you do. So ultimately, just to recap, what you do and who you do it for, or what you do and how you're a little bit different. I hope this has helped, and I hope that Liz, this has answered your question and helped you just to get moving. And if you have any follow-up questions, then do get in touch with me. Email me or put it in the comments below. If you have a question that you'd like me to answer on video in my wonderfully organised and fluid way, then put your questions in the comments below or email me, and I will get them done for you. I will see you next week. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.